Okay. So according to Temp, good friends share bad smut. It's gonna be bad. Okay. I think I'm gonna end up sending this to Clint because I don't know how bad it's gonna be, but I'll put a link in the description if I feel like I can. I wanna be yours, Smut. Anon. Hey, I saw you were taking requests. Can you write an imagine with you and Matt Smith at the prom? But they get really bored and go to a hotel and have slow and passionate sex. Thanks, anyway. Dear Anon, I hope this is good for you. Let me know what you think, as this is my first time writing this type of smut. Okay? I've got to zoom into this. I don't know. I'm scared. Like, really scared. It's gotta be one of the worst DJs ever. Actually, let's just do this. This will be entertaining. This will be really entertaining. Oh dear God, there's a lot of this. It goes on forever. Okay, here we go.
This has got to be one of the worst DJs ever to be known, Matt said as I was placing my gold straps on my heels back on. Here, let me do that while Matt continued placing your feet on his lap and fixing your shoes. Thanks, and I know, you probably don't even want to be here, but it means a lot. You said scooting your chair closer to his. No, it's okay. It's what I get. Dragging you to all those boring award shows. Now I'm at your cousin's prom. It's all good. He kissed the top of your head and you smiled. You side-smiled him. Even if we feel as old as the teachers, even if we are as old as the teachers, you two laughed as you two kissed. You released and looking at him. What he asked, grinning. I kinda liked it, and kinda didn't want it to end. You said fiddling with his booty, with his dress. Well, his eyebrows gestured the only need that was too big to say out loud. Shouldn't we dance at least? I mean, we did pay a good amount for this, shouldn't we? I mean, I kinda feel bad. Matt looked around at the busy dance floor, then back at you. YN, you can't just put up an offer like that and ask me if I think we should dance. As much as I love you and your cousin, the answer is no, and the keys are in your clutch, now let's go. He said, whispering in my ear, you're being an ass. Sorry, but you're cute and hard, so I'll let it slide. You say, getting up and brushing your hair out discreetly. Let me say goodbye to my cousin real quick. Meet me out in the car. You say as you two split your separate ways, you walked out to the very black parking lot, holding your floor length dark blue dress off the concrete. About time, Matt said, leaning against the black Range Rover. Oh, okay. It was what? 5 minutes, you mocked. Allow me, my lady. He held the passenger side door open for you. Why? Thank you, Mr. Smith. You stepped in as he shut the door. Matt drove with one hand on the wheel and one on your right thigh. You know, you cleared your throat. If you weren't driving, I would totally let you ride me deep and slow. You whispered to him, and like that, he pulled to the side of the road. Somewhere deserted, of course. He unbuckled his seat belt, having full eye contact on you.
Oh, I lost it.
He did the same. He crawled over on top of you on your side of the car, and then he lay on top of you as he reclined it down all the way. I wanted to do it this way for a really long time. Nothing more romantic in my opinion. He said as he began kissing your cheeks and working them on the way down to your breasts as he undid your zipper on the side of your dress. You felt your hands along his back and onto his ass. He moaned as he rubbed your cheek and kissed you passionately. You unbuckled his belt as he undid your panties. So wet, he whispered to you. I love it when you're wet. Why, and you brought your head back and smiled and wrapped your legs around his waist and kicked off his pants for him. You lifted yourself up, so your wet clit touched his black boxers and you started kissing him and gently grinding on him. And ever so smoothly, he rolled down his boxers and started teasing you, ever so gently. As he began to enter you, you looked into his eyes. You're right. This is insanely romantic. He smiled back to you, with that sweet smile that he asked you out with. He entered you slowly and deeply. You gasped. Too much wine, he whispered, stopping halfway. Never. Just too much satisfaction. He laughed and continued. As he thrusted into you and you pushed into him, it was a sense of not just hot, passionate sex, but also of how romantic this was. It was like each thrust was him saying how many times he loved you. He held you tight with his warm, moist hands and hit your G-spot over and over again. Your back arched as you started marking tiny love bites on the right side of his neck. He thrusted deeper into you. You felt your walls begin to tighten. You started panting and lay back down onto the car seat. I'm close, you said as he thrusted deeper and longer into you and you closed your eyes. Look at me. You opened your eyes and looked at him as he unleashed a warm liquid inside of you. Seconds later you did the same. I love you, why, and you blushed.
Wait.
Really, you giggled. Yes, really. He giggled into your chest. I love you too, Matt, you said. Look, you continued. The stars are out tonight. You saw out the care window.
Care.
He said, putting his pants on. You to lay on the roof of the car, gazing at the stars. This prom was way better than my own. You laughed, holding his hand. Well, thanks. You were great too. He smirked. You rolled your eyes. What's that supposed to mean? I mean, why, and you can't just say, Matt, you're the best sex you've ever had. Way better than any bloke from your high school, he said jokingly. I could, but then I'd be doing what you told me. You winked.